First, just a little bit about me. I'm an industrial designer, and I was brought in. I've been working for Swarovski for 7.5 years, primarily as a designer in architecture and interior products, and was recruited in for innovation about 2.5 years ago. We were faced with a very big question, and that question is, how do you deep dive into the world of the new? I mean, for us, it was, and I don't know how it is for you, but extremely intimidating. I mean, you have all these topics, big data and robotics and 3D printing and additive manufacturing, all of these things, and it's really easy to be just adrift in it. It's especially difficult when you're a business like Swarovski. If you don't know, Swarovski's a 120-year-old family business. We manufacture crystal, started out just manufacturing crystal for a B2B business model for fashion houses. But the point is, when you're a company that's that big and you are really challenged on a day-to-day basis to do what you do, your core business, well, where is this expertise supposed to come from? We saw with the digital age this opportunity to move from the friend zone to the love zone. This opportunity to go from an occasional relationship with our customers where once in a while they buy our products, maybe it's a special occasion, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, or something like that, and to move into this daily life, this thing that we see with so many daily services of Amazons and Netflix and Airbnbs and Instagrams and the Googles and all of that. But all of that is really based off of service, right? I mean, your phone is a product, but the reason why a smartphone is that it's a platform for services. We had to ask ourselves the question, how do we even begin an innovation program dealing with all of this sea of the new? So we came up with a concept that we called the Golden Ticket Tour. The Golden Ticket Tour, using a consultant friend of mine out of New York City, was 3 cities, New York, Boston, San Francisco, 14 days, and 2 roundtable events, one in New York and one in Boston. And basically what this consultant did was give us sort of a backstage pass we basically gave them like a dream list of like all the companies that we like put in our PowerPoints, we always refer to and everything. And the Golden Ticket Tour was a backstage pass to actually meet them in person, sit down, not discuss a project, not discuss anything, just to learn. And in New York, that in the night, we did a roundtable discussion where our consultant was really smart. He said, "You guys need this roundtable discussion." And we were like, "Why? We just need to go and meet with these people." And he goes, "No, you don't understand. All of this is community, okay? Like everyone is not just working in a company. All right, there's someone doing this over there. There's someone doing this over there. And you want to get them all in a room, give them questions, and let them argue. And listen to what they say." And fortunately, we listened to him, and we learned a lot. That was really a jam-packed 14 days. We asked ourselves a question, trying to further focus, saying, okay, how we got all this, that's good. But we need a target. We need to think about this as a person. And I think this is really our first baby steps towards this relationship-led mindset. So we targeted the female millennial because she's a digital native, she's me now. And from that, we created this ecosystem map around her. And this is really kind of, I would say, a merge between design thinking and system thinking. It basically broke for us into 2 hemispheres. On one side, there was beauty assimilation, which is the outside in. This is all of the marketing and the magazines and the movies and even just, the people on the street. This is where she's seeing the tribe she wants to belong to, being on trend, magical convenience, all the things that are done for her. On the left hemisphere is her self-expression. It's how the digital age is empowering her to be more socially conscious, being concerned about sustainability, being a part of the making, becoming an entrepreneur because the tools are there for her to do that, and creating her own identity. We decided to focus on the right hemisphere. We broke it down even further to creating a job to be done hierarchy pyramid. For our customer, the most important thing for her would be magical convenience. The next was being on trend. Obviously, we're a fashion lifestyle company, and fashion and lifestyle is a lot about what's hot, what's on trend. The next is storytelling. The ability for her to tell her story as well as for us to have a dialogue of story with her. So we created a challenge statement. How do we engage consumers of the present and the future on the mobile devices where they live? The challenge is this marriage of product and service. So what I'm sharing with you, we did a number of initiatives that I showed you. We had wearables and everything. But what I'm going to show you is what we did in regards to jewelry personalization experiment. We ran it in a browser, not an app, because it was faster loading times, it was lower cost, and it more easily adapt to iOS and Android devices across the various versions. In the center was this 360 rotating 3D rendering of the jewelry piece. And what we found from the feedback was that just this ability to rotate it 360 degrees all the way around was huge. At the bottom there was create and there was experience. And experience was visualization of the jewelry piece on this sort of mannequin. This too was a big learning. I should say that this wasn't the first experiment that Swarovski ever did, but I would say in this realm, but it was the only one that got this level of response, this level of insight, and created this diagram. And this was more for an internal change of mindset, that understanding that service is a system, and that from the moment that she is playing on this configurator and then she decides to buy something, a system is in play. The service is a system, and a big part of the why of that is because of the changes in technology, sort of going back to Golden Ticket Tour, and saying that because you have these user interfaces now that are so easy, grandma could use it, because you have the software advancements that are allowing, while the user is playing, it's magically creating actually the production files in the background. That 3D printing, additive manufacturing is allowing things to speed up and being socially connected. So finally, from this, we got amazing qualitative and quantitative information. There was back-end data from the platform that came to us in pie charts and analytics on what was their favorite jewelry type, what was the crystal color that they all picked, what was their favorite metal finish, font, you name, even down to the chain length. And this was amazing insight into our customer, and an amazing bridge to relationship with our customer. So with that, I will conclude, and I hope it was informative and insightful. Thank you.